I'm sharing a reading experience. I took down notes from Radical Dreaming by John Goldhammer, and I'm sharing them with you now. I hope you listen and receive something worthwhile from this. Remember, these are just my notes, not necessarily a report of what the book is about, and it might not even be the words or thoughts of the author. Rather, these notes are what I gleaned or what I thought about while I was reading. These notes are what caught my interest because the ideas expanded my knowledge or made me think, reflect, or ponder in some way. This video might inspire you to read what I did. It's my hope that you'll search from the best books and gain information and ideas to help you to become a better person. The more you read, the better you'll think. And the better you think, the more you'll be able to face life's challenges successfully. Joseph Campbell said, "We must be willing to get rid of the life we've planned so as to live the life that's waiting for us." Radical dreaming comes from the Latin radix, meaning root. To live an original life, we need to go to our roots and overthrow the social conditioning which is implanted in us by society. Radical dreaming then implies leaving behind the stagnation and the servitude of the status quo, which shapes what we do and how we live. Our world's popular social values emphasize having rather than being. Life is more than just survival, consumption, and entertainment. Social forces endeavor to make us give up trying to make a difference in the world before we even begun. True social responsibility, however, depends on us being true to ourselves rather than to become a clone living someone else's life. This soul killing influence comes from all sorts of collective groupthink. Instead of self responsible inner work that enables us to contribute to society in a creative way, the groupthink zealot tries to reform his outer world and believes the fault lies in other people rather than themselves. How do you expect to arrive at the end of your journey if you take a road to another man's city? How do you expect to reach your own perfection by leading someone else's life? Integrity of self has to come from the individual and not the state. Marcus Aurelius put it this way: a man should be upright, not be kept upright. An inner and outer revolution can take place when you have the courage to live authentically, to follow what's truly yours. Until you do pursue your own treasure, you will gravitate towards living an outer directed life. Outer directed means being subject to the collective impulses. It's an existence of moving with the herd and chasing rainbows. Nothing is more dangerous to the authentic life than involvement in group organization, which makes the mission or agenda more important than the individual. Following the path of conformity, not living out one's authentic self, is a major culprit in clinical depression, which in turn promotes the use of mood drugs to help us feel normal again. We have pushed aside and pressed down our passions and creativity in favor of an adaptation to what we believe we should do and be based on society. The very real consequence of this is an unlived life. This cultural problem is then internalized in the individual's psyche because the human soul does not like this conformist state. This conformist state creates a false self cloaked by popular ideas. Depression is a symptom of spiritual distress, a deep inner protest to free ourselves from the expectations and goals given to us by society. Drugs given to depressed people shuts down their natural alarm system and numbs their innate human sensibility. Like the biblical exodus out of Pharaoh's Egypt, we need to extract ourselves from the expectations and demands deep within the individual psyche. Our promised land is our authentic life away from the negative influences of popular culture. In the collective, we cannot realize our individual worth and passions. Exterior influence stifles the individual's progression. This, in turn, deprives society of the individual's genius, innovation, and creativity. Dreams inform us over and over that life is far more than taking up space. It's far more than a root existence under the tyranny of collective conformism. Dreams ask us to be authentic now. If dreams are just meaningless neural discharges of trillions of neutrons, no dream could ever be repeated, but often they are. Recurring dreams want our attention. These dreams are persistent reminders that we need to listen. When we understand them, they either change or stop. Genius is the Latin word meaning attendant spirit. Dreams can be our inner genius, which helps accelerate the progression of the human spirit by helping us to identify what we're really doing to ourselves and shows us how to be free from the collective corruption and the impossible task of trying to be what others expect us to be. Dreams can warn us about the consequences of our choices, particularly when the decisions threatens to compromise any aspect of our authentic life or our real work. You cannot discover the meanings of dreams by trying to overcome them. You must go deeper into the dreams and discover and understand its meaning. Common elements. We may have a perception a dream is going over familiar ground, but dreams do not waste time telling us something we already know. Dreams use nothing by accident, but dreams can be misinterpreted and lead us astray if it's taken literally. Dreams usually aren't literal and generally speak to us in a language using symbols and metaphors, which may appear as utter nonsense. Only occasionally are dreams literal or precognitive. So it is helpful to know that images can be literal, but mostly are symbolic. Dreams often use exaggeration, nonsense, and graphic, disturbing images to get our attention to compensate for our conscious inattention. When we explore the collective meaning of symbols in our dreams, we begin freeing ourselves from the false self. What may be true for one person is not necessarily true for another. Don't manufacture meanings or believed in preconceived meanings from someone else. You must take things into context. What is accurate in one dream may not be so in another. Explore the natural and the unnatural elements in your dreams thoroughly. What do the things in your dreams mean to you? You must use your intuition to figure out the significance of each element at each particular time in your life. Many dream elements, figures, and images represents exterior influences, implanted attitudes, and popular ideas that are not part of an authentic nature. Just because it's in your dream does not mean it belongs to you. Get rid of any preconceived ideas or theories about dreams and let the dream images interpret themselves. Look at your dreams symbolically as a message to you. Over time, you'll see patterns develop along with an understanding of your own symbolic language. Often dreams leap into our awareness from the past to help us to understand and explain a present circumstance or feeling. Process. Before going to bed, avoid late meals, caffeine, or any stimulant or depressant. Vitamin B6 and other B vitamins may help you to recall dreams. Wind down and get yourself relaxed before going to bed without exposing yourself to excitement such as TV, news, and the like that can cause stress. Also, get enough sleep to help prevent exhaustion. Leave a journal open by your bed with a pen and pencil ready to go. Write down your dreams immediately without censoring your dreams, even if your dreams make no sense. When you wake up in the morning, write down how you feel: relaxed, anxious, panicked, sad, depressed, and so forth. Since your dreams play a major role in how you feel when you first wake up. If you can't remember the dream, write down how you feel. This may actually help you to remember the dream. Before going to sleep, ask your dreams for insight and guidance. Don't ask yes or no questions. Ask, what are the consequences of blank? What is preventing me from blank? Where is this action taking me? How can I contribute to creating a better world? What is causing this thing in my life? Or how can I make myself healthier? Or request how to develop creativity or your authentic path or reveal the meaning of something. Tell yourself you will remember your dreams clearly and completely. Keep repeating this until you fall asleep. It may take several nights of repeating the question before you can recall a helpful dream. Enter each dream with a blank slate, no preconceived ideas or agenda. Try to wake up gradually without an alarm. As you wake up, turn your attention inward as you lie still. Avoid jumping out of bed as it inhibits dream recall. If you need an alarm, get one that buzzes rather than plays music, as music makes it more difficult to recall the dream. After you wake up from the dream, simply describe each element of your dream. Be careful to stick to descriptive observations and do not associate the contents with meaning yet. Is the setting familiar to you or not? Describe how you appear. How old are you? What are you wearing? How do you feel? What's your mood? What emotions are there? Describe the smells, color, sound, sensation, touch, landscape, buildings, skies, and even the time of day. When exploring your dreams, ask yourselves questions about all the components: the people, the places, creatures, actions, requirements, rules, etc. Ask such things as, where does it come from? Where did I learn this? What would I do differently if I did not exist? What is it like to be this item? How is this one different from the other aspects? How did this detail influence me? What does this ingredient do? And so forth. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, aloha.